Wait a minute, did you see that? It looks like she has something in her ear.
Camera 3, zoom in on Brigitte on her ear.
Look at that, she's got a Bluetooth under her wig.
Are you kidding me?
A woman had been using cheating methods to win large sums of money for 10 consecutive weeks, but her actions started to upset many of the regular customers, and raised suspicions from the bar owner. Every week, the bar held a quirky quiz competition. It cost $25 to participate, and the grand prize was the total of all the entry fees collected. The more participants, the bigger the prize pool. However, the regular drag queen who kept winning week after week, for 10 weeks in a row, caught the bar owner's attention. Such an unusual winning streak made him suspicious, so he immediately launched an investigation. The investigation team had Danny disguise himself as the drag queen and join the competition. As everyone eagerly signed up, bartender Scott sneaked into the boss's office. He skillfully operated the printer and printed something, though no one knew exactly what. This act immediately caught the investigation team's eye. They sent Ella, who was disguised as a waitress, to investigate.
Charles, it's a kinky quiz of questions and answers.
I'm so aggravated right now.
Yeah, there's definitely something up.
Ella found the recently printed content in the computer's recent files. She immediately made a copy and took it to the surveillance room. As the competition started, the host revealed each question one by one. At that moment, Ella noticed that Scott was on the phone, constantly glancing at the paper in his hands. Clearly, he was sending out the answers. Then, the investigation team saw drag queen Brigitte lift her head, and it looked like there was something in her ear. They quickly zoomed in, and clearly saw an earpiece hidden in her ear. Scott had been transmitting the answers to her all along.
It's clear they've been scamming your other customers.
Okay, Charles, I had enough. I gotta take care of this.
Are you serious? You again? I didn't do anything.
Yeah, hi, Dee Dee.
Excuse me. Sorry.
She's one of the worst employees I've ever come across.
Before, Dee Dee worked at another restaurant. She deliberately messed up the food and bullied the new hires, which got her fired. Later, she landed a job at a different restaurant. On the surface, she was super polite to customers, and everyone seemed to like her. But had she really changed? Recently, the boss, Sarah, noticed the restaurant's sales were dropping fast. Compared to before, it was really unusual. So she brought in a mysterious investigation team to uncover the truth. They quickly pinpointed Dee Dee as the suspect. Because of Dee Dee's past actions, Charles couldn't forget her history, and the timing of Dee Dee joining was suspiciously close to the drop in sales. When Sarah learned about Dee Dee's previous misconduct, she regretted hiring her. Her suspicion of Dee Dee reached its peak, so they sent undercover staff to join as new employees. The new hires were tasked with investigating Dee Dee directly.
Ask her about her previous server experience here in New Orleans.
So, how long have you been a waitress?
Like forever, since I was a teenager.
Really?
I love waiting tables, yeah.
Oh, cool. Have you worked anywhere else in the area?
Like mostly outside the city.
Oh, so never in New Orleans before?
No, not New Orleans.
Dee Dee didn't want anyone to know about her past jobs. From how she treated the new staff, she seemed much friendlier this time, but Charles, knowing her history, couldn't trust her. Next, they decided to test how Dee Dee would treat actual customers.
Ask her for that ID.
You guys have ID?
So far, he looks like he's doing a pretty good job. Hey, Shelby, I want you to hold back on giving KP your ID.
I don't need IDs. I'm old enough, look at me.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
Come on, KP, don't do this.
Patrick owns a bar and restaurant. Recently, its alcohol sales data has shown drastic anomalies. Wastage of high-priced liquor has suddenly surged, and all abnormal losses occurred only during staff KP's shifts. This makes him certain that someone inside is stealing expensive drinks, with KP as the prime suspect. To expose the insider and recover the restaurant's losses, Patrick quickly turns to the Mystery Diners team for help. After hearing Patrick's account, Charles decides to center the investigation on KP, and immediately makes arrangements. The team installs surveillance cameras in every corner of the venue. Charles then takes Patrick to a fully equipped monitoring room to observe all activities inside in real time. At first, the kitchen runs in perfect order, with all employees busy at their posts. Chef John is also preparing ingredients as usual. Before long, the cameras capture John constantly mocking coworker Brian, who can only turn away silently. Charles notices underlying conflicts among the staff and reminds Patrick to keep a close eye on the situation. The group then shifts their focus to the bar area, where KP is working routine duties. Charles sends Shelby to run a compliance test, with a youthful appearance looking no older than 16. Shelby pretends to be a minor to test KP's professional ethics. If the bar illegally serves underage guests, it will face heavy fines and suffer irreversible damage to its reputation. Shelby walks into the restaurant with a companion and sits directly in KP's service area, following regulations. KP asks Shelby for ID. When Shelby claims not to have it with her, KP hesitates briefly but still insists on checking identification. KP passes the test successfully. Soon after, the surveillance picks up a strange detail. Every time KP pours a drink, he drops a piece of fruit residue into the sink, where a pile of scraps has already accumulated at the bottom. To dig deeper into the truth. Charles sends Tracy to go undercover. Patrick brings Tracy into the restaurant as a new employee. Veteran staff member Linda shows her around the kitchen. Tracy gradually learns that John has long behaved inappropriately toward female employees, often making lewd remarks and deliberately targeting Brian. When Tracy asks Brian why he does not report it to the owner, Brian admits he fears losing his job and can only endure it silently. Witnessing everything, Patrick is filled with anger. John's offensive behavior has seriously affected staff morale and even disrupted normal restaurant operations. Meanwhile, KP continues acting suspiciously at the bar. He deliberately stops others from cleaning the fruit scraps in the sink, a clear sign that he is hiding something secretive.
No one orders a chocolate icing cake for their wedding. I gave them white chocolate, so technically they still had chocolate. It just didn't look like a pile of...
How do you get up, take the cake, and start throwing it at people?
Lenny's Deli, a top-tier Jewish deli in Los Angeles, with an award-winning bakery. Custom cakes are their signature business. But recently, the owner Lenny heard some troubling rumors. The head pastry chef Brittany not only had a bad attitude toward coworkers, she was also changing customer orders without permission. Whatever customers asked for, she would do the exact opposite, insisting on her own so-called creativity. So the investigation team sent in an undercover couple. They ordered a chocolate wedding cake, but Brittany snapped immediately. I have never heard of a chocolate wedding cake. White is traditional. You will regret it in 20 years. The customers insisted on chocolate. She rolled her eyes and reluctantly agreed. On pickup day, the undercover couple opened the box.
Yeah, I mean, it's white chocolate.
The so-called chocolate cake had turned into a white chocolate cake. The customers refused to accept it, and Brittany completely lost control.
Brittany, what are you doing with that cake?
Here, take your...
Are you calling me? Don't wait for me.
Is this girl completely out of her mind?
Waitress Jessica totally loses it at the restaurant, shouting and screaming like never before. But you would never guess the ridiculous truth behind it. Isabel and Todd are planning to open a new restaurant, and they have very different opinions about who should be the manager. Todd thinks the newcomer Carl is super capable, while Isabel believes that Mark, who's been working for 2 years, is the better pick. But Todd has heard a lot of negative feedback about Mark, and he doubts Mark has what it takes to be a manager. So, they brought in an investigation team. With surveillance cameras watching every move, they can get a clearer picture of their skills. But what they discovered was totally unexpected. After Mark puts in a customer's order, Jessica logs in using Mark's account and deletes the order he just placed. This means the customer's food will never reach the table. The owners are stunned. They never realized one employee could deliberately sabotage another. Then Mark finally notices the dish hasn't been made yet, and rushes to the kitchen to check. But the kitchen never received the order at all. Once he understands what happened, Mark asks the kitchen to remake the dish, apologizes to the customer, and even insists on paying for it himself. Mark's reaction shows real professionalism and skill, but Jessica's actions are still suspicious. What on earth is the feud between these two all about?